Health Ministry confirms 3 cases of coronavirus infection in the country. China expands coronavirus outbreak lockdown to 56 million people. Good evening, I'm Carlos and welcome to News on 2. Well, before we begin, we here at News on 2 would like to wish everyone a very happy Chinese New Year.
Saya dan isteri saya ingin mengucapkan selamat menyambut tahun baru kepada semua kaum Cina di Malaysia. Sebenar perayaan tahun baru Cina ini, rakyat kita yang terkenal dengan semangat muhibah yang tinggi hendaklah meneruskan tradisi kunjung-mengunjung ke rumah rakan-rakan mereka yang mengadakan rumah-rumah terbuka. Kepada kaum Cina, saya dan isteri saya sekali lagi mengucap selamat tahun baru. Gong Xi Fa Cai. Terima kasih.
And let's kick off with the local news. Now, the Health Ministry today confirmed the first 3 cases of novel coronavirus or 2019 nCoV in the country. Minister Dr Zulkifli Ahmad said the 3 are Chinese citizens who were among 8 quarantined at a Johor Bahru hotel over the past few days. Speaking to the media in Putrajaya, Dr Zulkifli said the individuals are relatives of a 66-year-old coronavirus patient from Wuhan who is currently being treated in Singapore. They comprise the man's 65-year-old wife and their 2 grandsons, aged 2 and 11.
Ujian pengesanan dan pengesahan bagi kesemua mereka diperolehi dari pihak Makmal Kesihatan Awam Kebangsaan MKAK Sungai Buloh lewat malam semalam. Saringan awal mendapati mereka tidak demam dan tidak mempunyai sebarang gejala jangkitan. So mereka tidak mempunyai simptom atau bahasa lainnya asymptomatic.
This morning, the trio was moved to the Sungai Buloh Hospital in Kuala Lumpur, where they have been placed in isolation and are being closely monitored. They are reportedly in stable condition. The family was part of a group of 9 Chinese nationals from Wuhan who had flown from Guangzhou to Singapore on 20th January before entering Malaysia. Well, commenting on the latest confirmation of coronavirus infection in the country, Prime Minister Tun Dr Mahathir Mohamad says despite this, the government will not cancel its special visa-free entry pass to visitors from China. Well, he added that the public need not worry as foreign tourists to the country will have to go through a stringent health screening process to ensure they do not bring in the virus or any other diseases for that matter.
No block, we will check them. We're checking that enable us to detect very early stage. Tak ada temperature lagi, tapi kita dah dapat cukup bukti bahawa mereka sudah suffer from this virus.
On the 3 Chinese nationals currently being treated at the Sungai Buloh Hospital, he said the authorities will monitor closely their situation. The Premier added that for now it is not a dangerous stage, but they still have to be quarantined for further observation. Well, meanwhile, Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad MAHB has been working closely with the Health Ministry to screen international passengers at its gateway airports across the country in light of the coronavirus outbreak in Wuhan, China. Now, as the airport operator, MAHB, along with the relevant agencies and airlines, have taken extra measures to ensure the risk of exposure is minimized for the safety of everyone, especially the passengers and staff working at the terminal. Now, MAHB said in a statement today that one of the measures taken by the ministry and supported by MAHB is conducting thermal screening for passengers and flight crews arriving from China. MAHB said its airline partners are making the necessary announcements to their passengers on board and distributing a health alert card or HAC issued by the Ministry for passengers to declare their current state of health. The HAC is also distributed at the immigration counters. It also said that those having a fever or cough or facing difficulties in breathing will be immediately brought brought to the nearest hospital upon arrival. MAHB also reminded the traveling public to be safe and responsible by wearing a mask at all times and to use hand sanitizer to maintain maximum hygiene during this outbreak. In a related development, the State Health Department recently met with the Tourism, Arts and Culture Ministry, or MOTAC, and the Malaysian Chinese Tourism Association to brief travel agency operators how to handle tourists from China. Now, Johor Tourism Women, Family and Community Development Committee Chairman Liao Chai Tung said travel agencies are required to notify the Health Department if they spot any tourists with flu-like symptoms.
Jabatan Kesihatan Negeri Johor telah pun jumpa dengan industri pelancongan di negeri Johor supaya kita sudah briefing kepada mereka macam mana kalau mereka menghadapi pelancong dari China atau pelancong yang mereka rasa mereka ada tidak selesaan. So Jabatan Kesihatan Negeri Johor sudah menjalankan langkah tersebut. Yeah.
Speaking to reporters after visiting the Fo Guang Shan Buddhist Center at Taman Sutra in Johor Bahru today, Liao added that the state is also concerned about Malaysians working in Singapore and traveling daily to and from the island nation. She also reminded Johorians to practice good hygiene when coming from or going to Singapore, such as covering their face with face masks and washing their hands regularly. Liao also said that a travel history check will be conducted on each member of the public that passes through the Sultan Iskandar CIQ complex and Sultan Abu Bakar complex. Well, Prime Minister Tun Dr Mahathir Mohamad and wife Tun Dr Siti Hasmah Muhammad Ali attended the Chinese New Year open house organized by Parti Gerakan Rakyat Malaysia, PGRM, in Cheras, Kuala Lumpur this morning. The arrival of Tun Dr Mahathir and his wife was received by PGRM President Dato Dr Dominic Lau with a lion dance presentation. Also attending the event were Economic Affairs Minister Dato Sri Azmin Ali, his wife and former Gerakan President Dato Sri Mah Sil Keong. Tun Dr Mahathir and wife also participated in the traditional Yisang tossing, which symbolizes good fortune and prosperity in the Chinese community. Multicultural guests, including tourists, also attended the event. The Sultan of Johor, Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar, today visited the home of State International Trade, Investment and Utilities Committee Chairman Jimmy Pua Wee Si at Senibong Cove in Johor Bahru in conjunction with Chinese New Year celebrations. Now, Sultan Ibrahim, who arrived at Pua's residence at 9 a.m., was accompanied by the Permaisuri of Johor, Raja Zarif Sofia Sultan Idris Shah, and their children, Tunku Temanggung Johor, Tunku Idris Iskandar, Tunku Panglima, Johor Tunku Abdullah Rahman, and Tunku Putra, Johor Tunku Abu Bakar. On arrival, the royal family was greeted with a lion dance performance, and this was followed by a Yisang tossing ceremony. As a symbolic gesture to mark the celebration, Sultan Ibrahim used a marker to dot the forehead of the lion puppet featured in the dance performance before tasting the delicacies prepared for the occasion. During the 1 hour spent at the residence, the royal family also engaged in a photo session with the Pua family. Pua told reporters later that this was the second year that Sultan Ibrahim had obliged him with a visit to his home. In conjunction with the Chinese New Year, restaurant Kopitiam Kita, a very popular eatery in Kota Baru, Kelantan, today continued its decade-long tradition of providing free food and drinks to the public. Kopitiam Kita manager Stanley Wong said the restaurant has been providing the service every Chinese New Year for the last 10 years to liven up the occasion among the local community. He said people of all races and religions had started queuing in front of his restaurant as early as 6 a.m. Among the dishes provided were nasi berlau, nasi lemak, nasi dagang, nasi kerabu and nasi tumpang. To make the occasion more memorable, the restaurant also provided several entertainment events such as a lion dance and a fireworks and firecrackers display, apart from giving angpaos and oranges to the visitors.
Untuk semua customer kita buat dalam 10,000 orang.
Maksudnya menu disediakan untuk 10,000 orang? Ya,
menu disediakan untuk 10,000 orang. Lepas tu yang mana-mana datang tu terima kasih banyak-banyak lah. Lepas tu apa ni?
Sultan Dr Mahathir.
Semua tak kira daripada Malaysia ke Singapura ke Thailand ke semua yang ada kat sini tu terima kasih banyak-banyak.
Sebab sini ada Cina, ada Melayu, mari sini belakang, okey? Makan masa hari raya ni. Tidak hari raya pun memang gini lah sama-sama pun. Berbila kau.
Rasa meriah and then perpaduan tengok ramai Melayu, Cina, mungkin dari petang sikit ada India kan. So satu perpaduan rakyat Malaysia. Itu yang kita mau tengok. Kongsi Fathai. Happy Chinese New Year. Bye. Kongsi Fathai.
Well, coming up next, government encouraged to continue its efforts to raise awareness in fighting corruption. News. Prime Minister Tun Dr Mahathir Mohamad says the lack of two-thirds majority of Pakatan Harapan government in the parliament makes it difficult for the government to amend the federal constitution to allow for more changes. Despite that, the government has implemented various initiatives to fulfill its election promises to ensure more positive changes for the development of the country.
Ya, kita dah lakukan banyak yang kita janji. Tapi berkenaan dengan meminda ataupun menggugur satu-satu undang-undang yang ada kaitan dengan perlembagaan, dia perlu persetujuan 2/3 daripada Dewan. Kerajaan tidak mempunyai 2/3 dalam Dewan. Sebab itu kita perlu dapat sokongan daripada parti lawan juga.
Among others, the Premier said the government had faced many challenges in its efforts to abolish the death penalty and setting up the Independent Police Complaints and Misconduct Commission, IPCMC, some of the pledges made by the Pakatan government in its election manifesto. However, he said the government still strives to fulfill it by taking into consideration some of the changes suggested and willing to do an in-depth study on the matters concerned. While the government should continue its efforts in raising awareness pertaining to the fight against corruption among the people. Well, thus, Transparency International's President Dr Mahathir Mohamad said the people should be informed regularly on the drastic steps taken by the government to eradicate corruption. As such, he called on parliament members, assemblymen and the government agencies to inform the people on the efforts taken by the government, such as initiatives which are currently underway and what has been planned for the future from time to time.
Perlu ada seperti dialog dan macam apa dia kata dalam bahasa Inggeris kita kata town hall, town hall session atau meeting. Dia ni boleh dibuat oleh ahli parlimen atau kementerian atau adun di kawasan-kawasan mereka, kadang kumpulan yang kecil memberitahu masyarakat di sana apa yang kita dah buat, apa yang dijanji, ini yang sudah diselesai, yang ini belum sebab ada masalah. Sebab ada perubahan dan apa yang dijanjikan bukan semua dibuat sebab ada mungkin rintangan disebabkan oleh undang-undang. Undang-undang tidak membenarkan untuk melaksanakan apa yang dijanji. Jadi ini kena diberitahu pada rakyat. Jadi saya rasa buat masa ini satu masalah yang kerajaan hadapi ialah komunikasi.
He noted that this should be followed by continuous efforts and consistent momentum despite various challenges faced.
Jadi untuk mencapai ini, apa yang kita minta kerajaan ialah jangan hilang momentum. Momentum ini penting. Jadi satu daripada cara untuk terus maju ke depan ialah program yang disediakan dalam rancangan itu NACP 5 tahun itu. Inisiatif itu semua perlu dicapai. Jadi itu yang perlu mereka buat. Dan juga kalau sekiranya ada kes-kes rasuah yang baru, kalau SPRM menjumpai, mereka tak kira ada ke dari pemerintah, ada ke dari pihak pembangkang, pihak SPRM kena saksama.
Transparency International Malaysia is a non-governmental body which plays its role to increase the perception of the people on the government in its effort to combat corruption. The body, audited by a few European agencies, are free to express its opinion for the benefits of the people and the government. The government should make a few improvements to the petrol subsidy program, or PSP, before implementing it. Geostrategy expert from University Technology Malaysia, Professor Dr Ozma Hassan, said this includes to reconsider the government's decision to set the RON 95 petrol on a weekly fuel float pricing system. According to him, if this were to be continued, it may open doors for irresponsible traders to take advantage by hiking the prices of goods. As such, Professor Ozmi suggested that the duration of the petrol price increase be justified.
Kerana bila dinaikkan 1 sen, maknanya para peniaga dia dah berfikir panjang tau. Maksudnya mereka akan dikatakan menaikkan harga barangan. Sebab mereka tahu dalam masa 1 bulan 4 sen akan dinaikkan. Jadi bagi saya adalah biar keputusan nak menaikkan harga itu, harga minyak itu berada di tangan kerajaan. Jangan tetapkan. Sebab kita tak mahu beri peluang pada para peniaga.
Besides that, speaking to RTM, he also called for a complete database involving those of middle-income earners, M40, to be established just like the B40.
Bukan semua M40 yang sepatutnya menerima, tidak. Kemungkinan mungkin gaji 6,000, 7,000 yang berada di bandar itu perlu diberi dalam program PSP ini. Jadi itu dikatakan siapa yang layak terima itu yang menjadi masalah pada ketika ini yang belum dapat ditentukan secara muktamad.
And that concludes News on 2 this evening. In our top story, Health Ministry confirms 3 cases of coronavirus infection in the country. Join us again for updates at noon at 12:30 tomorrow. Now, before we go, we would like to once again wish everyone a happy Chinese New Year. I'm Muhammad Amin Carlos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.